Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. In motion comes the tight end left.
The leading rusher among rookies a season ago. Here's Kenneth Walker.
Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Throw right side, taken in by Eskridge.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way.
He's got him in. Complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Seahawks need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Here's Pierre Strong to return it from his end zone.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
A guy coming off his best season as a pro. Here's Nick Chubb.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Here's Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so they dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
But now he appears to be in some pain. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6.
Here's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 41-yard line. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
Watson, off play action.
Right back to Njoku.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. From the red zone now, Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly, but, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
After the interception, here's Smith.
Finding Smith and Jigba downfield.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. We look at this Browns defense.
They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and we feel that way. I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing again is Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try to hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, he'll up to the challenge.
Throwing on third down, Watson. That is caught. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Cleveland.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Shepard goes in motion.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Not much on that one, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. The pickup there, 5 yards.
A gain of 5. First down, Browns.
Seriously? Not even a play?
Now a first down throw, Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Browns nothing.
On first down, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete.
Over the dime looked on defense. Two extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Second and 10.
Hey, 24. 24 is down. He's coming.
Motion man left. Peoples-Jones.
Back to the air. Watson on second down. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Again, it's Watson. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Watson on first down. And he's going to go down. He sacked back at the 24. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there.
Escapes the defender. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick six.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From the end zone, it's Strong. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Browns drive about to get started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
So from the 26-yard line, here's second and a couple.
Watson now to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick six to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick six. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Watson's throw complete there to Moore.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Big strides, look at him go.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku. 66 yards.
And the Browns get a bit closer. Now Cade York for the extra point.
It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. To throw on 2nd down is Smith. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now Smith. Throw out wide to Walker. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
The Seahawks at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind in the best way.
That's caught at the 25. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 35.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
On 1st down, Smith. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Play action. It's Smith. This is Fant on the short completion. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Smith going to move him around.
Now Geno on 1st down. This is caught. Touchdown! Noah Fant, an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Now Myers for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. And for the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
From the end zone, it's Strong. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Tariq Woolen picks it.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
Quickly out wide to Eskridge.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Browns' 42-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Off of play action, here's Smith.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they got the turnover in great field position, but unable to do anything with it. And they're left taking the easy 3 on the field goal.
Yeah, you're right about that. A great chance at a short field touchdown. On a sudden change, you take the ball away. You expect your offense to put it into the end zone, but they'll take the 3 for now, even if they feel just a little bit let down.
From the end zone, it's Strong.
And not a very good return at all, as he won't even get this back to the 15.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Good strength gets him a little extra and gets them some breathing room as he's tackled shy of the 10. They only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That was a good, strong run there. And while it won't pick up a 1st down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe it's something they can build on as this game continues.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Tim Settle, the Virginia Tech Hokie, in there on the stop.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Here's Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
49, 49. Check 59, cover. Sunday here, Sunday.
Geno now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal.
Myers' kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following a surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. From the end zone, it's Strong.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Set.
The final shot before the break. Watson. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. From the end zone, it's Strong. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
On first down, it's Watson. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb.
Missed.
He will not go down. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, and what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
To throw on second is Watson.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 39 yards there, a big one. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Watson looks to throw again. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's the second-year back, Pierre Strong.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Pierre Strong.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead drops from 34 down to 27.
14. York to kick off for the Browns.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them, so what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On second down, it's Walker.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Third down and 1. They'll try for the first with Walker.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here, so for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
A 39-yard gain on the play.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 on the Seahawks 34-yard line.
Now Watson. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. That's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, They brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. From the 35, here's a 2nd down and 9.
At the 35-yard line.
Now Geno. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Watson. And my goodness, another interception. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing now is Geno. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's good for 28 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win.
But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Geno Smith with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year.
And the Seahawks have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th.
The extra point now coming from Myers. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
From the end zone, it's Strong. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
2nd and 16.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
55 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
A throw over the middle taken in, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now. And all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
York now for the extra point.
And the lead drops from 34 to 27.
Next to score, Seahawks 48, Browns 21. King York to kick off for the Browns.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Walker with another carry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Walker.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 50 yards. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now a first down throw, Watson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
One last throw here for Watson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw for both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Seahawks, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll hit the road next week to